volunteers and clients that I talked about to work one-on-one in powerful combination to transform both of their lives, really. And so there's no one better to talk about that than one of our volunteer advocate and client duos. And I'm thrilled to introduce Yamil and Cecilia to you right now. And without further ado, we'll have you get us started. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2010 Lift New York event. I hope all of you are having fun. My name is Jamil Roger, and I'm a Lift volunteer. I go to Fordham University, and I've been a volunteer for this past semester. But my story with Lift is it started a bit in an untraditional way. Last semester, I was interning at MTV Network's International Programming Department of Nickelodeon. And while I was there just working on spreadsheets, PowerPoints, feeling completely trapped, I had a really good friend in Lift Chicago who was just doing this amazing job with this organization called Lift. And I'm like, what is Lift? And he's like, well, you know, what we do is that we sit down with clients, we talk to them about housing, we help them with employment, we create resumes, we make referrals. And it's just so rewarding. And I was just like, well, I want to do that. I was so moved that I just went ahead, did my research, and researched Lift. And I found out that Lift was just 4 blocks away from Fordham University. And I was like, this is too good to be true. So I ran to the social service office, asked them if they knew anything about Lift. Of course they knew about Lift. They gave me the application, I applied, I interviewed with Katie and Danielle, and a week later I was just there in the office, ready to take on Lift's mission. And honestly, I was just so excited to be there. I did not know what to expect, but I was just ready to sit down with a client, to listen to that client, to hear what social problem was affecting that client, to help them create a resume, or help them prepare for an interview, or just help them apply on Craigslist for a job, or apply for healthcare. And honestly, like all the work that I've done in Lift has been so rewarding, to an extent where, like, I'm a business student, I'm a marketing major, and now after this just merely one semester of volunteering in Lift, my life perspective has totally changed. And I applied for the Peace Corps, and hopefully I will get the Peace Corps and be in Morocco. It truly is because of Lift. You know, Lift completely lifted me up and just changed my focus. And all the experiences that I've learned through Lift will be carried on through whatever journey I'm put through. And with that said, I want to make clear that Lift is just not about empowering us, the volunteers. It's really about lifting communities. It's about transforming this nation, transforming clients' lives, transforming site coordinators' lives, transforming volunteers' lives. It's about transformation. And tonight with us is a very special guest, my stellar client, Cecilia Vargas. Yes, Cecilia. Me and Cecilia have been working really hard since February. Cecilia has been commuting all the way from New Jersey to the Bronx, and she has always been on time and prepared and ready to change her life and ready to use Lift's resources to help her achieve that. And I'm not gonna speak anymore for her. She has some words to say. Well, without any further ado, it's my pleasure to present Cecilia Vargas.
Thank you very much. My name is Cecilia Vargas, and I am proud to be here standing in front of you as a Lift client. When I was asked by my friends at Lift to share my story, I jumped at that chance. I am here not just for me, but for our entire community, and especially for all the people who come through Lift's doors to get help. I was born in the Dominican Republic, but I moved to the United States with my family when I was very young, and I became a U.S. citizen when I was 6 years old. Since then, I have split my time between the Dominican Republic and the United States. I am lucky to have friends and family who live in both places, and I am proud of each of the countries in which I was raised. I have had a passion for architecture ever since I was 7 years old. I used to love to draw houses and other kinds of buildings. After I started college, I became seriously ill and had to drop out. I underwent extensive treatment for a brain tumor, and the doctors told my family that I needed to find a different occupation. I didn't listen to them because I was determined to achieve my dream. Although I worked at many other jobs over the years to support myself, including retail, secretarial, and administrative work, childcare, and sewing wedding dresses. Eventually, I was able to complete my bachelor's degree in design architecture. I quickly realized that, especially today, a degree does not necessarily lead to an income. I will someday work in my chosen field, but I also need to put food on the table and roof over my head. My family and friends have been very supportive of me in my job search, but I needed help in finding the resources to take care of myself. As Jamil said, I was living in New Jersey with my brother when someone told me about Lyft in February of this year. I soon started making the long trip to Lyft office, which became easier once I moved to the Bronx. It is there where I met Jamil. Since that day in February, Jamil has helped me put together a new resume, and we've started searching and applying for jobs. He's helped me access healthcare services and put food on the table. I have medical issues, problems with my vision, and high blood pressure. I can't stay healthy without affordable health insurance, and because of Lyft, that is happening. We have worked on all of these stresses in my life, one by one. Jamil referred me to Workforce One, a city job agency. I will never have known that they exist without Lyft. I've secured many job interviews, and Jamil has worked with me to prepare for them. I now know how to talk more confidently about my skills and experience, which I feel makes me a better job candidate because of his support. I now have the ability to make a positive impression on my prospective employers. I know that a job search is a process. Luckily, I found Lyft to help support me in this process. I am treated with dignity and respect when I am in the Lyft office. I am so grateful to have the opportunity to be a part of this terrific organization. And I don't know what I am going to do when Jamil graduates. I find comfort in knowing that there are many other volunteers who want me to succeed just as much as Jamil does. And when I get that job, they will be there waiting for me to come back for my next meeting so we can start working on the next step in my life. To all of you who are here to learn about and support Lyft, thank you for being here. I am proof of the impact that Lyft can have in our community. There are thousands of people just like me who need the wonderful services that Lyft provides. Thank you very much.